Hey guys, I'm Crystal Callie, and today I'm going to be starting a 30-day drawing challenge. This is a challenge that I found on Pinterest. It is a single character drawing challenge, and I'm going to be drawing my OC, whose name is Lily Hart, and she is going to be a part of the visual novel series that I'm currently working on. Now I am planning on doing all 30 prompts, but it's not going to be 30 days in a row. I'm going to be doing this not speed art style because I don't have a tripod to put my camera on to record as I am drawing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically draw something and then turn on the video when I have made a little bit of progress, make some commentary, and, you know, repeat that process until I'm done. Anyway, hope you all enjoy. Okay, so since I've actually drawn this character in a standing pose so many different times, I decided to do her in a different pose to make it more of a challenge for me. And so I tried a few different sitting poses and I couldn't get them to look quite right. This one I think I've sort of got it. The thing that's probably going to be the challenge is that Lily actually wears a skirt. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge to figure out how the fabric is going to be draping down as she's sitting on her knees. But it is a challenge I welcome to sort of improve my skills. Alright, so I have all the details in. I realized that the pleats of her skirt sort of have to change direction when they get up into here, like where the right before the waist area in here. So I don't think I did that 100% right, but I will refine that a little bit before I do the inking. Other than that, I didn't have much trouble besides getting the eye center, but that's a me being clumsy thing. Anyway, I'm going to actually get something to eat and then come back and do the inking and the coloring. Okay, so I thought I'd talk a little bit about like my inking process here because I have sort of a unique style. I use 3 different size pens. They're all Prismacolor for the majority of the outlines except for the face, the details of the face. I use my 05 Prismacolor. So all of these, while the sketch is still there, I do all the outline in a 05, but the face, like the eyes and the nose and the mouth, I do in a 005 because the face is a little smaller and a little more detailed, and my hand shakes a bit, so when I try to do things that are this small in a 05, you can see where my hand shakes, but if I go 005, I've got a little bit more control over how well I can hide my shakiness. But then after I erase the pencil marks, I do the outer line, this really thick line, in a brush tip. And I will go over all of the other, all of the lines I did in 05, and some of the face lines, like the nose and the mouth in the 005. But I usually don't go over the eyelashes or the eyebrows, because I usually make them thick enough that they don't fade when I erase the pencil line. Anyway, I'm going to start on the coloring, and I'll bring you back in when I do the hair, to show you sort of how I go about that. Okay, so a lot of times in anime hair, of course to make it look like real hair, you'll have like a highlight sort of like going down in here. A lot of times it's a white highlight, which I think looks terrible in my anime characters. Just to show you an example, there's some experiment I was doing with hair, and I don't like the way the highlights look. Maybe it's just the way my hand moves or whatever, but it doesn't look good on my characters. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a purely two-tone hair where the highlight is actually going to be this undertone. Lily's hair is supposed to be black, but she's going to have a blue undertone, because a lot of times, even in natural hair, you don't have a hair color that you can say is purely one color. A lot of times there's still just an undertone. So what I'm going to do for this character is I'm going to make her undertone dark blue, and then her actual, I'm going to go over it with a black marker, leaving spaces where highlights would be for the blue to show through. Now for different characters it would be different colors, like I might have red with orange, or I guess a blonde would be like a yellow and a lighter yellow probably. Something to that effect. Brown with purple I think looks pretty cool. But it's just a matter of me playing around. This is a method I'm playing around with, and I think that it looks pretty cool. Okay, so a couple things here. First of all, I'm doing the hair in sections, so I can tell how the black is going to, like how the hair is going to be laid, so I have to be able to tell what direction to lay the black. Also, for the highlights, I usually like to go in and add, after I get the top color on, I add a little bit more of the base color just around the edges, sort of making it look like it's fading in, hopefully. Fading into the highlight a little bit, just a little bit of refinement here and there. The hair probably actually takes the longest out of anything else on a character, but that's okay, because hair is pretty. So for the skin, I first just put a base of this Prismacolor down. This is actually the only skin color Prismacolor I have currently. So in order to give the skin a little more depth, I'm going to go around the edges with this ultrafine point Sharpie that's a peach color, just a bit darker than the actual skin color. And then after I do that, I'm going to go around the edges again with the Prismacolor, and it sort of gives the skin a little bit of an interesting dimension, I think. And I'll show you what I mean here in a bit. Okay, so now you can see the skin has a bit more shadow on it, and I tried to, I put the Sharpie down on the outlines, and then I tried to use the Skin Tone Prismacolor as sort of a blender to blend it out so it kind of fades, and it works fairly well, I think. Anyway, I'll move on to the clothes. All the clothes are a two-toned, are going to be like, all the colors are going to be two-toned. So the shirt is purple, and then the shadows will be darker purple. The rings are yellow, and this undershirt part is yellow, and then there's going to be a darker yellow shadow, and then the skirt is pink and a darker pink shadow. So I'll come back when I have that finished and sort of give my final thoughts. Here is the final product of day one of my 30-day character drawing challenge. I noticed that I did the skirt the wrong color, because in her original drawing that I've done before, her skirt is lighter pink. And I figured out what I did, and it's a little upsetting, but oh well. I'm still happy with it. This is just a normal drawing. It wasn't so much a challenge yet today, but the other days are going to be interesting, because we're gonna draw, or I'm going to draw Lily in some ways that I probably would not have thought to do on my own, just for fun. So anyway, be on the lookout for that. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!